So here is my brand new 2022 Toyota Tundra SR5 Trd off-road in Army Green. It's the Crew Max with the 5.5 foot box. So this is the exact truck I wanted. I ordered it back in December and I'm not disappointed one bit. I did take the stock tires off and I went with a set of BFG KO2s. Original tires on it were 265/70 R18. I went to a 275/70 R18, just like a tad bigger, but I think it really sets it off. Didn't know about the white letters, but I think the white letters out actually looks pretty good. I love the green with all the black trim accents. I put the bug deflector on too, and I think that really kind of helps. Didn't know what I'd think about the chrome, but I think it's just enough, personally. Like, that's just my opinion, but I think it's just enough to set it off. The other day it was in the sunshine and it looked really good, kind of the sun coming off the chrome. Now, oops, sorry, it's a bit wet here. The back chrome pieces on the bumper I could take or leave, but they could be wrapped, I guess, or whatever. But yeah, I don't know how far I'll go with that. I'm looking for a roll-up tonneau cover, kind of waiting for the aftermarket to catch up. I like the roll-up because you can roll them all the way to the front, and having a 5.5 foot box, it's not very big in the first place, so I don't like the tri-folds because it doesn't really allow you to use that last third up by the window. So I'd like to get a roll-up. Came with the towing hitch, of course, they all do. Also came with a ball, like a hitch in the back. So I got the black interior. This is only like 4 days old or something, so I've only got like 300 kilometers on it. Love the room. People talk about the hump. Yeah, there's a hump, but I've got a kid, me, my wife, and maybe my mother-in-law, and there's lots of room for everyone. It doesn't affect my lifestyle. So of course, under here we've got all the storage. Right now I've got the hitch receiver. I've still got to put my bed cleats in the back. Then you just pull this down. I do like that color of interior. It's black. It's actually more of a dark gray probably, but I like the color. You can nitpick all kinds of stuff, but the only thing I'd nitpick back here, two things. One, I would have liked to have had like the pull down a console here with the cup holders just for my daughter, but it does have cup holders there. And two, yeah, my daughter's already had her boots on here. I think I will get the at least the USB port. I'm hoping the wires are behind here. If not, I'll get the kit. I'm not too worried about the plug-in. If it comes as a kit, I would like both, but the USBs are the main thing. Everything back here is kind of standard. Still has this back here to put your arm up on. I'm an average guy. I'm about 5'10", and so my driving position is in its driving position. And if I get in, running boards might be another thing. Yeah, I have acres of room back here, like lots of room. We had 4 adults and a kid in here last night, and it was tons of room. So I've got the 8-inch screen on mine. I wanted the 8-inch screen mostly because I didn't want to pay for the upgrade, but also I personally think the 8-inch screen kind of blends in better with the dash than the 14-inch screen, but that's just my personal point of view. I do live in Canada, so we're fortunate that we don't have to choose as many options to get the stuff. So on the SR5 TRD off-road, it comes with, you know, heated seats, heated steering wheel, the red stripe on the steering wheel, the TRD, of course, steering wheel, the TRD shifter with the red stripe, center locking diff, crawl control, tow plus, you know, your 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, 4-low, all the buttons and everything up here. Your start and stop button is red. Brake controller, pedals are those aluminum pedals. Center console. The one thing that some people felt was that this felt rather cheap, but I don't think so at all. Like, I think it's actually quite a substantial piece of plastic for plastic, and it does lock fairly well. The thing I like too is they've left enough room under the lip that when you're running this wire from the center console and you shut this, it's still loose. It doesn't bind. It's still loose. So they obviously thought about that. So you can plug in and then have that run up to your phone and set your phone. I don't have wireless charging, but you can set your phone there, charge it. There's a nice little cutout down here where the wire can go up to the phone. So yeah, I really like all that. Acres of room in here. Right now I've just got, of course, my masks. That's ending here soon. A couple, like some wet wipes just to keep it nice and clean. Some car wash tokens, because unfortunately I live on a dirt road and I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible, but it's Canadian spring and that means it's mud season. Do like the seats. These come on the SR5 Trd off-road, at least in Canada, with the 8-way power adjustable on both sides. So lumbar support, up and down, forward and back, all that kind of stuff. Really like it. The other complaint that I heard before I got mine was that the lighting was kind of not great. It's got these two little LEDs up here, and then it's got two very tiny LEDs back here, but they are LEDs. And the thing I found, I came out last night in the dark and I opened the doors, and because they're LEDs, they're not big, but they still illuminate the cab fine for me. Like, I looked in the back seat, I looked in the front, I could see everything just fine. I truly think that some of these reviews on the Tundra are really nitpicking, like little tiny things just to say whatever, nitpick a new model kind of thing. I'm very happy. It says Tundra on the dash. The SR5 has the shelf and the glove box. Over on the left, I'll get out and show you that. It's got, just 1 second here. So here in Canada, we get, of course, your jellyfish launcher or your rear cargo light, auto high beams, your stop start, you can turn that off or on. I'm not sure what that one does. I'm gonna have to have a look. Your odometer to turn off your back parking sensors if you have a trailer on, your manual adjusting headlights, and your heated steering wheel. It does telescope, and it's just a manual a control, but it does telescope and tilt, of course. All the stuff on the steering wheel is extremely easy to use. It just goes through the interface in the middle there and changes everything. Yeah, I am very happy with the truck. So far, so good. The other thing that people had talked about was on this trim level, I do not have the in-light vent system. But last night I was out here and I have the cargo light turned on, that when I open the tailgate, it illuminates even with the doors closed and everything. So when you open the tailgate, the rear cargo lights are LED and they shine directly into the bed. And I had no problem seeing everything in the bed last night. So as far as in-bed lighting, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's really a necessity. I found that those LED cargo lights were lots of light that shone down quite well, and I had no problem whatsoever with that at all. I'm waiting on the blackout kit. I'm getting some blacked out letters in here. Anyways, just a short video on the truck. I love it. I really, really like it, and it rides fantastically. The twin turbo works great. To be honest, I don't drive hard, really. I leave it in eco mode just for better fuel mileage. Of course, I put it in sport mode once in a while just to kind of have a bit of fun with it. It's new. but I drive it in eco mode just to get around town, drive to work and back, and it's great. It's not broken in at all. It's only got 300 kilometers on it, but very happy so far. Very, very happy. One thing I would tell anybody looking at this truck is go and see them in person and drive them. I watched a million videos. I did crazy research. I'm a Toyota person. I always drive Toyotas. This is my first new Toyota. I've always driven used Tundras, 4Runners, Tacomas, anything really Toyota. I've still got my old Toyota truck over there. You gotta see them. You've got to see them in person. You've got to get next to them, feel them, drive them, and also look at the correct trim level you're trying to get. Because I drove a Limited when it first came on the lot. I drove one. This one was on order. I test drove a Limited. Beautiful truck. Wasn't the trim level for me though, so it didn't blow my socks off. But as soon as this came in, especially with these tires, and they pulled it out of the garage with these new tires on them, it just blew my mind. I am so happy. I love the army green. I love the black accents all the way around. I love the green roof. For me, all it took was a set of tires, and I think it just sets the truck off. Looks pretty mean. The bug guard on the front does a great job, and then once I get those rear black letters on the tailgate, I think it's going to be A1. The only thing I'm going to do, like I said earlier, is a roll-up tonneau cover. I do need to put some running boards on this. I did not order the running boards from the dealer, but I've got to put some running boards on it. My poor little girl, she's 5 and she can't get in it, and my wife has a hard time getting in it. So that'll be coming. And then some seat covers. We have dogs, and you may have seen a little bit of dog hair in there already. Not that the dogs have been in. I think it's just off my clothing. So some good seat covers. I'm in the market. I'm waiting for the aftermarket to kind of catch up with this truck right now. So seat covers, running boards, tonneau cover, and not for looks, just for practicality. And I think that's it. I think everything else I'm going to leave as stock standard. I was thinking about wrapping that chrome to be either black or green. Same with the rear, but I think I'm going to leave it. I like it. I'm a kind of a stock kind of guy, and I just think that the tires being changed set it off just enough on factory rims that it looks good. I was going to actually even do a front leveling kit, but I don't think I'm going to do that now because it just sits so nice on those tires. 275/70 R18 turns into just shy of a 34-inch tire, I believe. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty darn sure that's pretty close. And I just think it looks great. It's a little bit dirty. Unfortunately, I live on a dirt road, but I am trying to keep it as clean as possible. But once the summer comes, it'll be much, much better. This is just mud season here in Eastern Ontario. So anyways, that is a little look into the truck. If anyone wants to make comments and wants driving impressions, fuel mileage is a hard thing to do right now because 1, it's not broken in. It only has 300K. 2, I do have a slightly larger, more aggressive set of KO2s on it, so it's not really going to get factory mileage as far as the factory tires that were on it. Right now, being not broken in, I took a trip the other day, not highway, but pretty steady going on a paved road. That was about maybe 100, 120 kilometers round trip, and I was averaging around 13 liters per 100. Right now, if I looked, I think it maybe says 14 or 15, but that's been a lot of stop and go. I've been driving down the road, talking to the neighbors, showing the truck off a little bit, so it's not really getting any mileage that is like long mileage to get it to settle down and really cruise. So, you know, once it gets a couple thousand K on it, or its first oil change, I think I'm going to do it 5,000 K. They say 8,000, but I think the break-in period, I think I'm going to do 5,000 K. We'll see then what happens. But, you know, even with whatever, I hate the gas price conversation, but even with gas price and everything else, I don't really care right now. I just love this machine. I have a boat, a 20-foot bow rider that I can't wait to tow with this. I was towing it with a ridge line before. That did the job, but this is gonna do it no problem. I have a tandem axle float trailer right now that has a bunch of cedar logs on it. Normally I tow my tractor around on that trailer, but I always kind of had to borrow another truck to do that, the heavier stuff. And now this is just gonna do everything for me. So any questions, please let me know. But obviously my channel is called Yoda and Kubota, so you know I love Toyotas, but so far I'm just in love with this truck, and I would recommend everyone that's interested, go drive one, see one, and just understand what it is. This is a truck that is set up for buyers that want a half ton, that one, probably are Toyota buyers, or guys, people, I should say, that maybe were into Tacoma, and Tacoma's just not big enough for their lifestyle anymore. They want to tow more weight. They want to feel more comfortable. This, I hope this doesn't sound negative towards the Tundra, but this is essentially now a very large Tacoma, super comfortable, cockpit style seating. For me, it's like the perfect mix of everything. It doesn't feel massive, but it looks good. It looks big. It looks kind of aggressive. It'll tow anything I want, and it feels very confident and very comfortable on the road. So it does not have a ton of crazy bells and whistles. It has all the safety sense, all the off-road gear, but people can nitpick all the things it doesn't have. At the end of the day, this is a Toyota truck that is designed to be the new Tundra, basically, you know, and that's what it is. And that's what Mike Sweers has told everyone, that they put priority into powertrain, towing, capability, and longevity. And that's what Toyota's always been about. They've never been flashy. They've never been the ones to have the latest and greatest, because that stuff is more prone to break. And you know, long term, I have no idea what this will be like yet, of course, but I do feel that when I get in, it has everything I need, and I'm not really missing anything. I'm more than happy to get up on the tailgate and get in the bed. Would a step be nice? Yeah, but I can do that. I can jump up into the back. You know, it doesn't hurt me at all to get in the back of this thing. And